Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Former Japan Prime Minister Shinzo Abe dies after being shot. India to observe national mourning tomorrow. Minister for Agriculture and Cooperation Kaito Aye calls upon Sumi community to practice patience and humbleness, embrace unity. DC Mokokchung Shashank Pratap Singh stresses on the need for minimal power consumption. And Nagaland Olympic and Paralympic Games 2022 to be held from 22nd to 27th of August. Now the news in detail. Japanese public broadcaster NHK reports quoting LDP sources that former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has passed away. Shinzo Abe was shot while giving a campaign speech in western Japan this morning. Several Indian leaders have expressed grief over the demise of former Japanese Prime Minister. In a tweet today, President Ramnath Kovind said Abe was a great statesman and his infectious affability endeared him the world over. He said it is a tragedy for the whole humanity. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu said he is anguished by the demise of former Japanese PM Shinzo Abe. Naidu said Abe played a crucial role in strengthening India-Japan ties. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in a series of tweets, said he is shocked and saddened beyond words at the tragic demise of one of his dearest friends, Shinzo Abe. He said Abe made an immense contribution to elevating India-Japan relations to the level of a special strategic and global partnership. He said today the whole India mourns with Japan and India stands in solidarity with Japan in this difficult moment. Modi said as a mark of deepest respect for former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, one-day national mourning shall be observed tomorrow. Minister for Agriculture and Cooperation Kaito Aye has called upon the Sumi community to practice patience and humbleness and embrace unity. Aye was speaking at the Duluni festival organized by Kohima Sumi Hoho at Naga Heritage Village, Kisama, today. Minister Aye, on the occasion of Duluni, reminded the community to acknowledge its forefathers for their culture and traditions. Aye said one should not be carried away by the Western culture but must stand true to one's identity. He also called on the people to be genuine and strive forward with a humble and compassionate mindset. Aye said, today we are living in a time where everything looks uncertain, be it economy, social or political. He therefore emphasized on the need to be self-sufficient for oneself, families and the community. Aye added that for only when a home is peaceful and sufficient, the community and the society is contented and whole. Stating that government is venturing on entrepreneurship and investment, the minister said young people should grab the opportunity in such sectors as it has become very difficult to get government job these days. Aye further called upon the community to re-evaluate its position, renew themselves, shed differences, if any, and build a better, strong community which is humble, peaceful, and resourceful. Folk songs, dances, and feast marked the Duluni festival, while thousands of Sumi community joined in the celebration. Deputy Commissioner Mokokchung Shashank Pratap Singh has stressed on the need for minimal use of power. Inaugurating a 2.5 MVA 33 kV substation at Marepkong Ward today, Singh said climate change, lifestyle changes and modernization have led to an increasing demand for energy. As there is no power generation in Nagaland, citizens have the responsibility to minimize its consumption and use it judiciously, he noted. The DC said more substations will be installed in other wards. He thanked the Power Department, Ungma Village Council, Marepkong Ward Authority and all concerned departments that assisted in the successful installation of the substation. Deputy Commissioner Kohima Shanavasi has informed that 9 schools have been shortlisted in the district for Lighthouse Schools under Nectar project. He said this today while chairing the first meeting of the Kohima District Committee for Lighthouse Schools under Nectar project. Noting that the schools have been shortlisted as surveyed by the School Education Department, the DC directed the LRSO office to carry out verification and submit the land details for onward submission to the government. The DC said the project is the first in education to reach Northeast and sought active support of all concerned and civil society organizations for its effective implementation. DEO Kohima also briefed on the selection process of the Lighthouse Schools complex conducted among the 24 government high schools and 7 government higher secondary schools under Kohima. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Advisor Tourism, Art and Culture H. Kehovi Yepto has supported the preservation of age-old traditional and cultural customs. Speaking at the Duluni Festival in Yehemi village today, the advisor appreciated the village for preserving the traditional and cultural customs and showcasing them at the festival. Yepto said showcasing such cultural performances marked the true sense of the festival and urged the villagers to document the cultural items and preserve them for future generations. Towards this, the advisor assured that he would assist the cultural troops financially. He also stressed on unity and called upon the people to continue holding tight to each other. Highlights of the celebration included various cultural performances by men and women, including elders and children. ESC Mon and Nodal Officer Saki One Stop Center OSC Molo Sangla Ozikam has called for creating more awareness on the trend of cyber trafficking. She said the trend was on the rise in the present day. Ozikam was delivering the keynote address at the Training and Capacity Building Program for Anti-Human Trafficking Unit and other stakeholders dealing with the prevention of human trafficking and rehabilitation of victims under Mon District yesterday. Ozikam also urged all the stakeholders to work together and help the government agencies in fighting the social evil of human trafficking. The event was organized by Saki OSC and District Administration Mon in collaboration with the State Resource Center for Women. Nagaland Public Service Commission today declared the results of the Government Educational Services Examination 2019. Candidates may access the results from the Commission's notice board and website at www.npsc.nagaland.gov.in. Nagaland Olympic and Paralympic Games 2022 is set to begin from 22nd to 27th of August. The main host city will be Kohima. However, some disciplines will be played at Dimapur. The decision was taken today during the NOA annual general meeting attended by President of NOA and Chief Minister Nipurio, along with 14 sports associations and 10 special invitees from different organizations such as State Commissioner for BWDs and School Education. Addressing media persons at NOA office in Kohima, Secretary General of Nagaland Olympic Association NOA, Abu Mehta said all 16 districts of Nagaland will participate in the state's biggest ever sporting event, wherein the participants will compete in 9 disciplines chosen on the basis of the disciplines to be played at the Northeast Olympics. Mehta also informed that Nagaland will participate in the forthcoming Northeast Olympic Games in Shillong, Meghalaya. He added that Nagaland Olympic Association has instituted the Athletes Commission, which will be chaired by Arjuna awardee and Olympian Chakravela Suro. Mehta said important matters pertaining to anti-doping measures, age manipulation and overage sportspersons and training methods for athletes were also discussed, and added that NOA will soon institute the Anti-Doping Committee. The Secretary General informed that during the meeting, NOA has unanimously decided to bid for hosting of the future edition of the National Games. During the meeting, Chief Minister Nipurio also officially launched the website of the Nagaland Olympic Association. Further, the NOA will very soon develop its own mobile phone application. And now 20 news, here are the main points again. Former Japan Prime Minister Shinzo Abe dies after being shot. India to observe national mourning tomorrow. Minister for Agriculture and Cooperation, Kaito Aye, calls upon Sumi community to practice patience and humbleness and embrace unity. DC Mokokchung Shashank Pratap Singh stresses on the need for minimal power consumption, and Nagaland Olympic and Paralympic Games 2022 to be held from 22nd to 27th of August. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.